Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. My name is Ryan, also known as Rye the Movie Guy, and thank you for clicking on this video. Obviously, you know I'm doing a review of Get Out. It's a movie that came out about 2 years ago. The reason why I'm doing a review right now is because in about a week's time we will be getting Jordan Peele's next movie, which is Us, and I'm personally really excited about this movie. And I'll be honest right now, when Get Out first came out, I was one of the few that didn't really care about this movie. And I'll explain, when I first saw it with one of my roommates, we weren't that impressed, and I just didn't care about the story, and I felt like it was too dragging, too much, and just something that didn't intrigue me. 2 years go by, and I saw the trailer for Us around December time, and I thought, wow, this looks really good, and I found out it was Jordan Peele. So I gave Get Out another chance, bought it on Amazon for 10 bucks, and giving it that second chance made me see how great of a movie this actually was. This is a movie that not only works as a psychological horror movie, but it's also a satire on race and how we deal with differences and how one certain person may feel uncomfortable with other people that are completely different than them. And this is one way to look at it without having to pretty much force it down somebody's throat. It's told in a way where you don't sense it till later on. Like for me, it took me a second time to actually realize, okay, this is what Jordan Peele was trying to tell us. A little bit of an overview about this movie. It stars Daniel Kaluuya, who is a black man who is dating a white girl, played by Allison Williams, and they go off to upper state New York to visit her parents, which are played by Bradley Whitford and Catherine Keener. And when they get there, everything seems normal and fine, but over the next few hours, once they get there, things start to get suspicious for him, and it gets really weird, and he gets weird vibes not only from the parents, but from the servants of the house and from her parents' friends. And sooner or later, he starts to realize why he was really meant to be there. First, I'll praise the director. This man, Jordan Peele, he is fantastic. This is just his first movie. The second one's already looking great, and he's already created a sense of style for his filmmaking, and only a few directors are able to obtain this type of thing, and I'm talking like people like Spielberg or Christopher Nolan. These type of directors, when you see their movies, you're like, ah yes, that's one of their movies, and you can tell that he already has that type of style in the horror movie genre. What he did that worked so well with this movie was to combine a psychological horror film with a satire on social commentary and race issues that we face today in the world. It's put into an entertaining way, but it undertones all these issues to where you might think it's funny and entertaining, but it gets you talking about, all right, this is how the world might be for certain individuals. Aside from all the race and racism social commentary of this movie, it works well as a thriller. Not a lot of jumps and scares that got out of me. It was really the twist in the end that got me horrified, knowing what these white people were doing to this one guy. And as the title goes, you wanted him to get out of that house. This is a great storyline. It won Best Screenplay at the Oscars 2 years ago, and now I see why it did. At second viewing here, I believe this is one of the better films of this decade. It may not be in my top 10 of my favorite movies of all time, but I believe this is one of the better films of this 21st century. When it comes to the horror movie genre, this is a big innovation for it. We're seeing movies like this in Hereditary, where they're telling a story where you are picking up on clues on what's happening, and then there's the big revelation at the end, and it's either trying to send a message or it's just something that just stays with you. And I'm happy we're seeing this type of innovation, because especially in this genre, this is not my favorite genre, but we've seen enough slasher films and demonic possessed movies to, you know, we need something original. And this is something that I feel is going in a good direction, that I feel that it's getting enough respect, just like Black Panther did for superhero movies. Get Out is getting that same respect for the horror movie genre. I know we said we had enough slasher movies, but, you know, the guy back there, gotta have respect for him still, you know. So what would have been my old rating for this movie? Probably a C or D, because I didn't like it. Now, I honestly would give it, I would say probably a B+ if I had to pick a letter. It's not the most perfect film, but it gets its point across and it's entertaining. And I recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it yet. I would say if you haven't seen it yet, go see Us at least. I got a feeling this movie's gonna be great. It's already getting rave reviews. So this is something that I am truly anticipating right now, especially now that I'm a fan of Jordan Peele. If you have seen it, let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, if you liked or didn't like it. Make sure to click on that like button if you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe for me if you want to hear more from me later on. I do plan on doing a review on Us when it comes out later this week. But in the meantime, guys, I will catch you all at the movies.